Welcome back. Well, we are in countdown mode. We are 94 days away from the presidential election. Former President Trump assesses the state of the race, and now his new opponent, Kamala Harris.
We're leading the election by a lot. We knocked out Joe Biden. He didn't do too well in the debate, but that sort of ended it. And then he went through a series of problems. And you know, they actually did it so interesting. It was actually a coup of a president, if you think of it. He's got 14 million votes. He campaigned for a year, and he ended up winning, and they threw him out. They said, either you get out now or we're going to get you out the hard way. They said, there's an easy way and there's a hard way, Joe, and you'll get out. And they got out, and they put this woman in who's a failed candidate. You know, she failed. I mean, she was the first one out the last time. She never made it to Iowa. And now the media's taken over, and they're trying to make her into Margaret Thatcher. But I don't think that's going to work.
Well, the pollster, Robert Cahaley, told me yesterday that while she doesn't change anything in terms of policy, it's the same policy, she has changed the enthusiasm factor. Democrats will come out for her. So how does Kamala Harris change the race for you?
Well, I think that there is more enthusiasm for her. How can you be how can you be enthusiastic about Joe Biden? Okay? I mean, how do you be? But I think she's actually worse. I think she's a horrible candidate because she wants open borders. She was a border czar. She tries to, deny that now, which is not working. And
she also says she's not against fracking, and she says she doesn't necessarily want to do Medicare for all anymore.
She wants everything bad. Everything bad. If you look,
well,
she wants the all-electric car. She wants everything bad. She wants men playing in women's sports. But think of the no fracking. She's going to destroy Pennsylvania. You'll destroy Pennsylvania and many other places, by the way. Your energy bills will double, triple, and quadruple. Oh, she's terrible. She's not respected in foreign countries. I mean, she's laughed at. Everybody can't believe that this is happening. Look,
she's polling better than Joe Biden. She
was sent to see Putin about not going into Ukraine. He would have never gone in with me. He went in 3 days later. This is what's happening. So, well, it's a little bit like a fighter, though. You know, you have a fighter and he's winning, and then somebody else is getting punished and beaten. And they say, let's take that fighter out, let's put a new one. That's what they've done here. This was a coup to Joe Biden. And I'm not a fan of Biden. He's not a smart guy, never was. You can go back 30 years, he was never a smart guy. But she's not smart either. She's not a smart person.
Are you going to debate her?
Well, I want to. We're leading in the polls, it seems, by quite a bit still. She's better than he is, but I think ultimately she'll be worse than him. She's more radical than him. He was a phony. She is also, but she's not a phony in terms of policy. She actually wants open borders. She actually wants to defund the police. To me, when you say open borders, defund the police, you don't have to go into the rest of it. But you're going to have tremendously high energy prices. She doesn't want any fossil fuels, which will destroy the country, frankly.
But just to be clear, she's doing a rewrite of history right now. She says that
of her history.
Of her history. She says, I don't necessarily mean I will ban fracking now. And she said, well, I don't necessarily need to do Medicare for all. And I was never the border czar. You know that.
Yeah, she's doing a rewrite. No, it's not a rewrite, it's lies. And she also said, and so did he, that we had a very secure border under them. We had the worst border in the history. 20 million people came in. 20 million people. And you know what they do? They just say it. And they keep saying it. The press helps them as much as possible. But they say very strongly, we had a great border. And people say, it's funny. You say it enough times and people start to believe it, too. That's the scary part. They are, it's like a whole con job. It's misinformation, disinformation at the highest level. So now their new thing is we had a safe border. We had a wonderful border. And they hope people forget. Now, a lot of people aren't, but enough people are. And it's amazing that they can say it. We had the worst border in history. Joe Biden was the worst president in history. She was the worst vice president. She was the most unpopular and least respected vice president in the history of our country. And now what's happened is the press is trying to make her popular. I don't think they'll be able to do it.
Do you regret doing the debate when you did the debate? It gave the Democrats an opportunity to swap him out and put her in. Such an early debate.
They wanted a debate. If I didn't do the debate, they'd say, oh, Trump's, not doing the debate. That's the same thing they'll say now. I mean, right now I say, why should I do a debate? I'm leading in the polls. And Everybody knows her. Everybody knows me. She wants open borders. She wants a weak military. She wants high taxes. You know, they want to quadruple your taxes, more than that. With me, I want low taxes. I want a strong border. I want strong drug policy. Our country's becoming a drug-addicted country. We're like China from 200 years ago. Everybody took over China because everybody was drugged out with the opium. And then one day they said death penalty to anybody that deals, and lots of different things happened. But look, we have a country that's really become drug addicted. We have a drug addicted country, you know that. And we better do something about it. We better do it fast. It comes through the southern border. It comes out of China. And I had to deal with President Xi. They were going to give the death penalty to anybody sending drugs to America. They were going to give the fentanyl comes out of China. For some reason, it's made in China. It goes to the southern border. It comes into our country right now at 9 times more than it was 4 years ago. We are the strongest border that we've ever had in recorded history, and they have the worst border that we've ever had. Think of it, Maria. In 3.5 years, we have probably the numbers 20 million people came into our border. Many from prisons and jails, many from mental institutions, okay? Insane
You said that a long time ago, and you were mocked.
I know.
In fact, now we know.
They're empty. Well, you know why? Because it's common sense. It's all about common sense. If I ran one of those countries, I would do Honduras. But it's not just South America, okay? It's all over the world. It's the Congo in Africa. They're sending all their prisoners. The Congo are sending their prisoners to the United States. They're bringing them into the United States. They're driving them across. They're dumping them into our country. But it's Africa. It's Asia. It's the Middle East. It's not just South America, but South America has a lot. But you know what's happening? All of these jails all over the world are being emptied out, and they're bringing their prisoners and dumping them in the United States.
On the debate, she's taunting you now. She's saying he doesn't want to debate me. Say it to my face, President Trump. That's what she said the other night.
Look, she's a third-rate candidate. She failed in her attempt to, against many other candidates. You know, she was the first one to drop out. She never made Iowa. And that was when you had a normal press. Now you have a press that's trying to protect her. The media is really dishonest. And you have a press that's trying, so maybe she'll do better. I don't know. But I think ultimately, when they hear she wants to defund the police, when they hear that she wants open borders and always wanted them. But it is amazing. I watched the news yesterday, and it's almost like she wants to have strong borders all of a sudden. She was the worst border czar in history. And, you know, with politics, it's your first thought that you always go back to. She wanted open borders, and that's where she'll be. She wants all of these things that are bad for our country. And she does want to defund the police. She's weak on police. You know, I have almost 100% of the police forces, the police people, the associations are endorsing Trump. The sheriffs all over the country, nobody's endorsing her. She ruined San Francisco. She's a San Francisco liberal. She ruined San Francisco. She ruined the state of California. She was earlier than some of these people that are so bad right now.
Well, Vice President Kamala Harris is now deciding on her running mate. So it looks like the finalists are Josh Shapiro, governor of Pennsylvania. Does he help her get more votes in Pennsylvania? What about Mark Kelly? Does he help her with the border, Arizona?
Can I tell you, I don't care. Let them do whatever. They still want to have open borders. If she picks Shapiro, she's going to lose the Palestinian vote, and that's fine. Everybody has their liabilities. I think if she picks Shapiro, who happens to be Jewish, she loses her little Palestinian base because they like me because they think I'm going to bring peace to the Middle East, even though I'm very strong for Israel. Israel loves me. But, you know, a lot of the Arab states like me, too, because you know what they want to see? They want to see peace. And I did the Abraham Accords. Nobody realizes we would have had peace all over the Middle East. I think I would have gotten Iran into the Abraham Accords. You want to know the truth? They were dying to make a deal. Iran was broke. And then now they're a very wealthy country. They have $300 billion in cash. But Iran was broke. They would have made a deal, but Biden blew it, as usual. They are the worst. Look, he's the worst president in the history of our country, and she's a big part of it.
Stay with us for more of my interview with the 45th president. He will give us his thoughts on tax policy, tariffs, AI, and tech. Wait till you hear what he said about Google. All that coming up.